Well, hello, my beautiful Aquarians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details, and I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay, let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your monthly reading for October. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, October is going to be a pretty wild ride in terms of planetary alignments and occurrences. We have not one, but 2 eclipses that will affect the order of the energy this month. We have a solar eclipse, often referred to as the Ring of Fire, on the 14th of October, and it will be visible for most to see in the Western Hemisphere. For some, it will appear as a partial eclipse, but for others, you'll get the full display. Now, eclipses, they are noted for affecting our moods and our behaviors. So you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual or feel like something is just a little bit off. You may even notice that your sleeping patterns are slightly disrupted as well, but it will pass. This is generally a perfect time, though, to withdraw in order to recharge and reflect on your life path and make some major changes to shake life up a little bit. Even spiders are known to dismantle their webs during a solar eclipse to rebuild them once it passes. So the energy tends to affect us all to some degree. Now, eclipses, they actually act as portals to exploring other avenues in life. So if you're not happy in some area, it is a perfect time to make some changes. Eclipses, they tend to only become really difficult when we start to resist the changes that we know deep down are necessary to make in order to move forward. And let me just see what else is coming out there for you. On the 28th of October, it's worth noting that we also have a partial lunar eclipse, which offers life-changing energy to usher in any of those decisions that you've made so that you can evolve and transform your life in some way for the positive. Now, eclipses, sorry, they just keep showing me the star card, literally the star card from this deck. They keep showing it to me in the water. Now, of course, that is an Aquarian card. So perhaps they're like highlighting we're doing Aquarius, I know that, but perhaps it also means you're aligning yourself with some improvements in your life at this moment. So there's something really good to look forward to. But anyway, I'll move on from that because they just showed me the star card. So I have to give you the images that I see when I'm scrying in the water. Otherwise, I can't move forward and the energy gets stuck. So anyway, I've mentioned it, you know, let's see what happens there, but that's what they've given me. Now, as I was saying there, on the 28th of October, we have that partial lunar eclipse. And, you know, I want you to be aware that eclipses, they tend to have a bad rap for bringing negative force, and they can influence abrupt changes, reversals, and U-turns that can make the everyday life difficult. But on a positive note, it actually reminds us that we must be more flexible in order to be ready for the one constant factor of life, which is change. Now, Pluto, the heavyweight planet of truth, goes direct this month. On the 10th of October, you'll witness many exposés, whether on a personal level or a global scale. Lots of revelations occurring there. No, they didn't show me the star energy for you, so not sure why they were showing it to me in the water. That's bizarre. I just want to give you the image that they're showing me. Maybe it's going to be relevant for you in some way. It's this. So it tends to mean healing, clarity, new ideas, inspiration, and aligning yourself with a wish or a goal. Okay, but that's what they were showing me in the water. Literally this card. So not really sure why it's shown up in the water for you, but hasn't popped out here. So let's move on from that. I mean, your first card there is healing old wounds, Chiron there. So yeah, I'm going to move on from that energy. And I want you to be aware that we do have Pluto, as I said, bringing lots of exposés, revelations, of alternative agendas can bring uncomfortable truths, but Pluto does tend to bring our attention to these undercurrents in order to elevate us towards awakening closer to the light. Now, personally, anything that has been holding you back or hindering your path is automatically left behind. And it's actually there to help influence your life in a very positive way. You'll move forward with a renewed energy and vitality, and it's almost like a final push to detoxify and declutter your life. And this all takes place in the sign of Capricorn, which actually influences areas like money, rules, regulations, and policies. So you may see some major changes in, the world regarding these sectors, and there may even be some power struggles there as well. So that's also worth noting. I'm just going to pop that there. Now, also, I want you to be aware that this is actually a perfect time to check in with and secure your finances. Download monthly statements as proof of your coins, should there be any gremlins in the system. Also, it's a perfect time to embrace your natural talents and launch any new ideas or entrepreneurships, side hustles, and become financially independent. In terms of love, we do have the new moon in Libra, so that's a very exciting influence. If you're in a relationship already, it's about reestablishing your love life, bringing back that spark, getting back on track, and remembering why you fell in love with each other in the first place. And if you are looking for love, Pluto actually helps in this area, as it's in the third house of communication. So it's a perfect chance for you to put yourself in a position to meet someone new. There's going to be a wonderful spark available to you. So a great time to get out there and experience new things. Overall, it is a month of change. I'm not going to lie to you. There are going to be some bumps in the road, and it actually closes with the veil between the worlds being the thinnest on Halloween or Samhain, however you choose to celebrate. It's a time to really rejoice in the cycle of life, and in most cases it actually brings people together, the community to rise. Spiritually, you'll feel called to align yourself and make deeper connections to your higher self, and in particular your 9th house is governing you at the beginning of the month. That's the great quest for meaning, okay? So this is really about connecting to your true life's purpose, moving forward with your responsibilities, and really connecting to your inner world. You may feel more compelled to book a spiritual retreat or go on a cultural getaway or enroll on a class of higher learning. Also, this is a time to look at the bigger picture of your dreams, your goals, and your life in order to make some changes that are necessary to adjust to being on your true life's mission or calling, which you actually have there with the Judgment card. Also worth noting, your 4th house of stability, the home life, and all things domestic is starred for you at the end of the month. So this is a big time to declutter the home space or do some DIY, creating a sanctuary in your home space. Some of you may even feel like having a duvet day throughout the month of October, but that's really to connect to personal things rather than just like not be unwell. So also I get a sense here you're going to be very productive. You're going to be adhering to any duties or responsibilities, very busy, but it is a very philosophical month for you in particular, because the 4th house is really about where you belong and, finding your way. And some of you are analyzing your journey, where you've been so far, in order to process the next part of that journey. So although there's going to be a lot going on, there's going to be a lot of soul searching going on for you over this month. Now, your first cards, we've got the waning moon and Chiron. Okay, now this is, about surrendering, going with the flow, letting go of the past, moving on, resting and recuperating your energy so you can recharge your batteries and be at optimum best, and also letting fate take its course. Some of you, it may not be the right time to take action on something. I can see that with the 2 of Wands there. You want to take action on something, but with the 2 of Wands, you know that you have to wait or observe the right moment. So some of you may be yearning for something, but you may wait until later on in the month in order to launch something or activate something. And I feel like you know this intuitively, instinctively, okay? We will get with the details now in a moment. And we also have Chiron there, which is that soul-searching energy, healing soul's wounds, any pains. You're going to Acknowledge that they shaped you, formed you, made you stronger, and influenced your circumstances, but they no longer have control over your next part of your journey. You're reestablishing your power. Also, we've got spiritual growth, cleansing, teacher, wounded healer, and making amends with the past. Also, I feel like you're tapping in with your spiritual gifts. You're developing the skills and talents that you have, and some of you may even like take a course of learning in order to open yourself up to more development. I definitely see that you're strongly in the law of attraction this month, and you are making some major shifts and changes in your world. And I feel like you're being more organized. I feel like you're being stricter with your budget as well. But let's get to the details. We have the Magician card. This is your protagonist energy. So you're going to be super focused this month. There's a lot of energy available to you. You are getting stuff done. You're someone who's very gifted, very talented, and anything you turn your hand to, you're actually naturally good at it. But you may have struggled with self-confidence or a belief in yourself sometimes, where you're definitely reestablishing that power and noticing that you are a force to be reckoned with. And I definitely see that you're moving forward towards your target and you're going to hit your goal. But at the same time, I feel like you have a lot of options this month, and some of you may be trying to recalibrate the path, or you're trying to decide on which path to take. So you do have a major decision to make this month as well. But ultimately, I see you being in a very powerful position to make these changes and be successful in the decisions that you're making, because I feel like you are making the right decisions for you. Also, the Magician card indicates you have a lot of resources available at your disposal this month. Maybe you've got more resources than ever before this month as well. I feel like you're going to be very creative. You're going to take the initiative. And I definitely see that you've got the confidence, the drive to concentrate on whatever it is that you require to take you forward, is what I get this energy, because I feel like you're moving forward and I feel you're on target. I just keep getting this energy of on target. So whether you're trying to orchestrate a move, whether it's a relocation or a career move, or some of you are maybe busy launching plans or, you know, bubbling up with lots of ideas, and you're just trying to get organized and put things in place before you can actually activate them or launch them. Maybe even a soft launch there as well. Now, the Magician card indicates that this month, especially the beginning of the month, there's something magical about it. I definitely get this energy of you having lots of synchronicities, signs from the universe. Let me see if I can tap into any of those. One moment, please. Oh gosh, they're just showing me that card again. I mean, maybe you're just going to see that card that I showed you, the star card. Maybe you're going to see one of those cards in the street, on the sidewalk. I mean, the star is healing, so maybe, again, it is a big healing month. Normally, I can tap into a sign or an omen, but they're just giving me the star. So this is major clarity, but, I mean, I think this deck, for now, has been discontinued. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't think the creator is on Etsy at the moment. AUGURE is the one who does this beautiful deck there. So I think AUGURE has just paused their Etsy store just for a moment. So I feel like they will be back. But I mean, maybe you're going to see an artwork or a painting that is very similar to this, the star behind the head there, to know that you have great ideas to open yourself up to new improvements. So yeah, I'm just going to move away again from that energy, but it keeps coming up. So obviously it's important. Okay, so again, I'm going to step back. Now we do have the Five of Cups here. The Five of Cups, something has been a struggle for you, okay? I definitely get a sense here that you are forgiving past situations, you are moving on, and you are trying to recover from something that has been difficult. For some of you, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, if you've just come to this reading and you are grieving, okay, I'm sending you so much love out there, so much hugs. You know, it's going to be a path of healing and adapting and making adjustments, and it's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong, you know. I've been through a bereavement recently, so I, to some degree, understand the element of grief, and it's going to be different for everybody, of course. So if you are like pausing some things in order to recalibrate your energy or trying to recharge your batteries, and you'll get focused when the moment is right, you may feel a little bit distracted. Okay, and that's okay. It's natural to feel that. Allow the emotions to flow over you, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. There are literally no words that can comfort. I totally get that, but know that I send love, and that if I could reach down the camera and scoot you all up in a hug, I totally would. But I get this energy that this is not for everybody. I want you to be aware of that. This is only if you've come to this reading and you're going through that right now. I'm just going to see if I can pick up any signs, because I feel, especially as the veil between worlds becomes thinner, you're going to get lots of omens and signs from a person that you are grieving, okay? Now, this is someone who's passed over. Just let me just see one moment, please. Oh, that's an odd message, but I'm going to give it anyway. I don't know how it resonates. I'm getting, there's a hole in my bucket, Delilah. Okay, they literally show me a bucket and it's got a hole in it. So either you're going to see a bucket with a hole in it, or I mean, if you actually apply the bucket with a hole in it, it kind of connects to the Five of Cups. It's like, it can indicate that something feels full, but there's like a leak, or, you know, it's just, I'm not really sure how to decode that energy, but it could be a sign, okay? It may be something that you're like, I know what that sign is, but it could also be something that you'll see over the next 3 to 4 weeks. It could be like you're walking down the sidewalk and suddenly you see a bucket there and it's got a hole in it, and you're like, that's my sign. It's so unique. I love it when they give me a very unique sign, because it means it's absolutely for you, okay? So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to walk away from that energy respectfully, and I'm sending you so much love and hugs. And moving on to the other energy, the majority energy that I have for people, the Five of Cups, it indicates that something is missing. You're searching for something, okay? And you may feel abandoned by the universe, or you may feel very unfulfilled in your circumstances right now. Some of you, especially if you're not in a relationship, whilst you are wonderfully independent and self-sufficient, there may be moments, yearning moments, where you're waiting for the one, and you may feel, you know, like you are soul searching. I just keep getting this energy of soul searching for you. The Five of Cups actually is to be in your emotions. I mean, to surrender, go with the flow, rest and recuperate. Fate is bringing in opportunities that you feel like are missing from your world at this moment in time. So I definitely get a sense that there has been a lament. Okay, and I feel like you're trying to remain focused even through difficult times. I feel like you're trying to be positive. So whatever it is that you are personally struggling with, okay, or you found difficult recently, can mean that you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions and you're running on empty, and you're trying to recalibrate your energy and get back to best, and you're trying to find alternative ways to keep your energy levels up right now. And with the Two of Wands here, I feel like you're just checking in with yourself. Sometimes with the Five of Cups and the Two of Wands, it's really important to check in with how you're feeling, because we are so busy as human beings. Whether you're in a career or whether you're retired, sometimes, or even if you're, you are at home and you're looking after children, there's this energy of always doing. There is a productivity culture where we feel like we always have to be on the go, we always have to be doing, and we're not spending time checking in with how we feel or how we are doing. So I definitely get a sense here that you are mapping your progress. You're really tapping in this month to your emotions to see how you're feeling, because there is this sense that there's a lament. It just feels like something that you've either missing, that missing piece. I feel like you're searching for it, and I feel like you will discover it. You're going to get what it is that you feel like you lack at this time. Now, the Five of Cups, whilst this is an incredible card and has beautiful colors on it, it doesn't really capture the way the universe will deliver. Okay, so I really want to show you the Five of Cups, and I'm sure you all know the Five of Cups. Can you please show me the Five of Cups for my beautiful Aquarians? What do they need to know? It basically has 3 cups that are spilt on the floor and 2 cups that arrive behind the figure. This figure is not even aware that the universe is going to provide something that their heart is yearning for. Something that you feel is impossible to show up in your world. It could be a goal, could be a dream, could be love, could be friendships. Okay, as you can see there, the cups, the history of this card is the wine is spilt. So it indicates that either this person has had opportunities that have gone wrong, disappointed, or let this person down. They're not aware that the universe is about to deliver 2 cups that are ready to be filled with love. There's another chance. There's a second opportunity, third, fourth, fifth opportunity. So I definitely get this sense here that you're not giving up on something. But also, some of you, you may have outgrown something or evolved from something. You're just not feeling it anymore. And whatever that thing is, I feel like you are recognizing it's just wasting your time and you're deciding to eradicate it. Now, you may lament it because you may feel it's the end of an era. You may feel it's time to let it go, but you've invested a lot of time and energy into this thing or this person or this situation. And you just feel like, you know what? I loved it. It's not for me anymore. I gotta let it go. You're going to grieve it. You're going to say goodbye to it in a healthy way. You're going to get closure on it. But now it's really time to embrace the future without it, whatever it is. Okay. And with the Two of Wands, it can indicate it is a slow process, but I definitely see that you are making progress. And with the Two of Wands, also, this is a very creative time for you. I feel some of you may be holding back on launching something, or you may just do like a soft launch on something. So if you are an entrepreneur or you're in a career environment, you may like test the waters on something that it's like you're not sure if it'll be a success or a hit. I definitely can tell you it will, especially with the Chariot card there, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Swords. This is like you're protected, you're redirected, think before you act, calculated move, but you are going to be successful, your strategy is going to work, and there is triumph here. So really good news. But I feel you're like waiting for the right time to either launch this, okay? Also, the Two of Wands is, in the planning stages of something. So some of you may be frustrated that something didn't go your way, or you haven't been seeing the results and all the efforts that you've been making, but rewards are coming. So I definitely see that you're aligning yourself with your true heart's desire, and the universe is actually aligning you with what you need. Maybe that's what the star energy was about, that, the universe is aligning you with improvements. So I definitely see that things will get better and do get better for you in the month of October there. Also, the Two of Wands, especially when it comes to finances, some of you are, maybe having an idea of how to bring in a second stream of income, or you're thinking about launching something that will increase your finances. Now, this could be that you have to let go of a position in order to get a new position. Some of you may be changing your career sector if you're in the working environment, and some of you may be relocating to a new neighborhood. You may have loved the neighborhood that you were in, but you feel it's time to move on. You've outgrown it, or you've evolved from it, and you're just kind of searching for the right area right now. Maybe you don't even know where you're headed, but you just know that you need a change. And whether you're retired or not, I get this sense that you are, searching for where you belong, and that energy is really coming from your 9th house. So you may be all up in your feelings regarding that as well. Now, the Two of Wands, before I move on from that, it's really about trusting in the unknown, especially since you got Chiron and you got the waning moon. This is about knowing that the universe has got your back. And some of you are trying to influence your circumstances and trying to change things. You're actually in a very powerful position to change whatever it is that you need to change and transform your life. But they want you to be aware that if anything did not go your way in the past, whether it was a rejection from a job opportunity, or a rejection from, a lucrative deal or a club or an environment, I feel like you're moving on from that. Don't allow anything that perhaps disappointed you prevent you from moving forward and connecting to other things, because there's so much success, so much enjoyment and fulfillment happening here in the future. It's like, don't be derailed by anything that perhaps didn't work the first time round or the second time round. If you think about the greatest minds of our time, and I'm only giving you an example from someone who's created something. So, for example, everything you see here, even like electricity and, telephones and computers. Someone didn't wake up first thing in the morning and go, I know how to do this. They had an idea. This might work. And then they tried out the idea and like, okay, that didn't work. So maybe I need to adjust the way I approached it and make a tweak. And then they try it again. Okay, that didn't work also, but I know that I'm closer than I was before to having my eureka moment. Then suddenly, after 100 tries, And I'm not seeing 100 tries here for you. Don't worry about that. But my point being is, don't give up, because I feel like you're closer to victory and success in whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, because it's going to be different for everybody, closer than you think. That's the energy that I'm getting. You're closer than you think, okay? Now I'm just going to move forward away from that energy, because we do have the Death card in the resistance position. So some of you have been feeling really stuck, okay? Some of you felt stagnant. You may have felt the everyday has got a little bit dull, boring, or even the same. And you're trying to make some new changes. You're trying to create space for something greater. But with the Knight of Cups here and the Seven of Wands, some of you have been feeling not like giving up on something, but you may feel frustrated that you can't make the changes that you need to make right now. It's almost like you're having to wait something out first. So you may be waiting for some sort of news, or you may be waiting for, a bonus, or you may be waiting for, family members, or there's certain variables that I feel in your reading right now where you're having to wait for something in order to move forward. But you will move forward in the month of October. This is your catalyst month for change. And the Death card indicates that some of you have been neglecting your own needs. And I don't like to point a finger at you, my beautiful Aquarians, but some of you have been falling into bad habits, okay, is what I'm getting here. Like this can be that you have unrealistic expectations of yourself and you berate yourself or are too critical on yourself when things are not ticked off your list as quickly as you'd hoped. Okay, so that's one example. Some of you, I feel like you are someone who is getting super organized and focused this month. And some of you recently, you may have felt that you have been procrastinating, or you may feel that you got comfortable in your circumstances. And sometimes to be comfortable is wonderful, right? To be stable is important. But then sometimes comfortable, stable, it can become a little bit boring. We can slip into complacency. So some of you may be thinking, you know what, I'm really good where I am right now. I'm really enjoying what I do. Is there more fun that I could be having? Is there a way to approach a circumstance to bring a little bit more spontaneity into my world? Doesn't mean you're completely unhappy with your circumstances. It just means you are capable of attracting more if that's the way you want to go. And I definitely see that some of you, with the Death card in this position, it can indicate that some of you have been neglecting your own needs. And I feel like you're trying to get back to focusing on you, get back to, connecting with your inner world. And when I see this energy of you like cultivating your world, that's like making sure that you show up, making sure that you, and these are just like really small examples, be on top of the cleaning, be on top of like connecting to friendships, being on top of things. And I see this month of you being completely on top of things, being in the flow, because I feel like you have been bombarded recently. So you may have been so busy that you haven't been able to do some of these things that perhaps you really want to do for you. And I feel like you are streamlining your schedule or shifting your schedule in some way. So you're cutting out any dead wood, anything that's been hindering you, wasting your time, holding you back. And I feel like you are getting back to best. That's what I see here as well. Also with it's really interesting because when I'm touching the Death card, when it's on the altar, I'm smelling and tasting dill. D-I-double-L, dill, the herb, okay? I mean, it tastes, I'm not eating it right now, but I can smell it and taste it right now, and it tastes so good. So either someone is actually having that right now, or someone has been recommended dill, or perhaps you love it and you've just bought some. I'm not really sure. I mean, the Death card, especially since there are some plants and herbs there, okay, and this scythe, maybe you're growing your own, I'm not sure, and you've just cut some, or you need to cut some. I'm not sure what season dill actually thrives in, so I can't tell you anything about that, but I am getting an energy here of it being medicinal. So some of you may be using it, something natural to help you in some arena. I'm being given it boosts immunity, regulates diabetes, promotes a good digestion, relieves pain, inflammation, respiratory problems, insomnia. Wow, I did not realize it's so good for you. Oh, it's making my mouth water now. So I'm not really sure who needs to hear that. I mean, I'm not a medical practitioner, so look all that up. I definitely see with the Hierophant there, some of you could be given some advice regarding this herb. Look it up, investigate it before you actually take it, because you will know intuitively if it's meant for you or not. I'm not here to give anyone advice. I'm only here to give you what I can taste, what I can smell, what I can see, what I'm channeling, and the energy I'm picking up, as well as reading the cards at the same time. So yeah, please take it as it resonates. I'm going to move on from the energy. So it could be that you're cutting something out of your diet or adding something to your diet this month that would actually see you on optimum form. Okay, I definitely see more energy for you this month, being super organized. And we've got the Knight of Cups. So some of you may have been offered something that ended or got cut short. Okay, it could be a project, could be a proposal, could be, because I feel like something that maybe was offered was taken away. So whether it was someone's love or whether it was an opportunity, proposal, contract, maybe it was a house that you were going up for, it just feels in your energy right now that something that was like almost promised or was like a sure bet just got taken away. Okay, what I see here is you're moving on from that and something better is being offered to you, and it doesn't feel like it right now, but I definitely see that there is success, movement forward, and obstacles overcome. And I feel like you are leaving that sort of negative energy in the past. Okay, now, the Knight of Cups in the resistance position, it's like you got it in the reverse. And I really get a sense here that you in particular need to be aware of unrealistic expectations. Now, again, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, because I see you reaching your target. I see your goals are reachable and achievable. So it's not that. It tends to mean that you take on a lot. You have a lot of stuff going on and you have the world energy on your shoulders. So some of you, for example, if you're writing a list of things to do, don't put 10 things on your list to do that day, because 9 times out of 10, all of us, if we write 10 things on our list, we're probably going to accomplish 4 or 5 at, optimum best. And then I'm just getting this energy. Then you look at the rest of the list, and rather than celebrate all the exciting things that you ticked off your list that you did, that you accomplished, you look at the 4 or 5 that you didn't, and you're like, oh, I ran out of time. I didn't do that thing. I've got to do that thing. I should have done that thing. I shouldn't have done that thing. I should have done that instead. I'm just getting an energy of celebrate your wins. See how much you're accomplishing. You're doing a really good job. Don't overburden yourself. Have more realistic lists or goals where it's like, okay, instead of writing a list of 10 things, write a list of 5 things and say, okay, today I'm going to tick those 5 things off my list. And when you've done that, you're going to feel really great about yourself, inspired to take on the next lot. And I definitely see that happening for you this month, where you're very productive, you're in the flow of doing, and you're taking ownership to get stuff done. So whether it is that you need to put stuff in boxes, tidy stuff away, focus on putting your resume out there, or, thinking about relocating or connecting with friends. Most important, connecting with people around you, friends, soul tribe members, keeping things social, and, feeling like you're connecting to the world, getting out there, invitations. And even if you haven't got your soul tribe right now, I definitely see you putting yourself in a position to meet new people and connecting to new experiences this month as well, whether it's through a hobby or whether it's through something creative that you do. I definitely see that you're going to try and fulfill yourself this month with all that life has to offer, because I'm really getting a strong vibe of variety is the spice of life. Okay. Now, for some of you, of course, if you have gone through a separation, because we do have the Death card there and we have the Knight of Cups and the 7 of Wands. If you've gone through a separation, of course, you're doing some healing and some soul searching. And I definitely see that some of you may even look up like online advice or even read books on healing or meeting new people or just doing some soul searching for you. It doesn't always have to be about connecting to other people. I definitely see that being a very rewarding path for you. Some of you, if you're in a love relationship already, things may have got a little bit stagnant. And with the 7 of Wands there, okay, it's in the resistance position. It indicates there may have been some frustrations, and it's really important to create healthier boundaries. I feel some of you, you may be thinking one of two things. One is to end it, or And this is only if you're having problems. If you're not having problems, then this message is not for you. But if you're having problems, I definitely get an energy here of you trying to find an alternative way to make things work, to make things fairer. Okay, because I feel like you're recalibrating your energy and erecting healthier boundaries. I do see an honest, open conversation, giving an opportunity to move on from any obstacles, and both of you being mature enough to address the elephant in the room, whatever that elephant is for you. With the Seven of Wands in this position, I feel like you're not going to give up on this. Okay, I mean, it's your call, it's up to you, but I definitely see that there is an opportunity to heal this. Okay, but if you feel it's completely over, then you're taking ownership of that. I feel it's your call, and I feel like you are turning your back to the past and moving forward. And I feel you may take some time out for yourself to heal, but also to get clarity on the next steps in your life. Now, also what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups, some of you may have connected to something or be focused on something that you really love doing, like following your bliss, following your true calling. And it's been hard, okay? I feel it has been a real challenge. You love what you do, okay? But with the Seven of Wands, I feel like you've been battling away. And some of you may be wondering if you should give up on something, okay? With the Seven of Wands in this position, I feel like you're not going to give up on it. I feel like you're going to either learn a new skill or learn something about it to look at it in a different way. And it just becomes easier. So whether that's like a new craft or just new knowledge in order to help you move forward, I definitely see that you're in control of being very successful. So whatever this is. Now it could be, something very simple in your life. It can be something personal. It doesn't have to be like connected to career. I feel like it could be connected to you. So if you found something a real struggle recently, whether it's just getting up in the morning or whether it's, opening yourself up to talking to new people, if you're very shy, I feel like you are, conquering fears and obstacles this month. And I feel you're going from strength to strength. You really have an unstoppable energy about you this month as well. I feel also if you're looking for love, some of you, you may have taken a step back from the dating scene for quite some time, and you may feel a little bit hesitant to get back in. I definitely get an energy here that you are at your personal best. You are lovable, and I definitely see that there is a potential love suitor here, somewhere where you'll travel. You maybe a festival, or it may be a sporting event, or it may be a hobby, something you have to travel. It's like, how can I put that? Something you have to travel to that is not your usual traveling. Okay, so if, for example, you get up every morning and you go to a certain area, it's not in that direction. It's in a different direction, okay? Even if it's you go to job over this area, I feel it's like totally different. Okay, so it's not a usual traveling experience. So it could be that you're going on a vacation, retreat, or maybe you are taking a course which requires you to travel out of town or requires you to travel in a different part of your town. I feel like you get the message. Okay, I'm just going to move on from that. I'm going to pull a card on this line in particular, okay, because some of you, I'm getting the strongest message I'm getting from it is something that you used to love is being let go of, and you're kind of okay with that. You may not have been okay with that at first, but I feel you are now. And the Ace of Wands indicates new inspiration, transformation, and new experiences. So you may be letting go of something that perhaps isn't good for you or you've evolved from, and the Ace of Wands is now you enterprising. It could be that you're having brilliant ideas, maybe going on adventures, bringing more spontaneity into your world. This is a card of dreaming big, envisaging something new, and being daring to be a goal-getter, to make it happen. And I definitely get a sense here that you are making things happen in your current reality, and you actually have a lot of power. And I feel this month you're going to be more inspired and have lots more energy to get stuff done as well. So with your outcome energy, we do have the Hierophant and the Judgment card. Now, as I said, this overarching energy for your whole month is really about soul searching, or that missing piece, and finding it. I feel like you find it, whatever it is. The Hierophant really is about higher spiritual practices. So some of you will develop your spiritual gifts and connect to your inner wisdom and your higher calling. Also with the Hierophant, it can indicate that there is secret knowledge. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a quick card on this because it can indicate that some of you are working away in silence on transforming your life in some way. It doesn't have to be the usual traditional ways. It can also be that you are trying to learn new things in silence. We've got the Eight of Wands. Some of you are moving and you're keeping it to yourself, or you're traveling for something and you're not telling anybody. Wheel of Fortune, this is destiny. Eight of Wands is really to move forward and being in the flow. And the Wheel of Fortune indicates this is your destiny. This is your time. This is your time to rise. And I definitely see that things are going to increase for you in the most positive ways. And I get a sense here that they keep giving me this like meaningful coincidences, synchronicities happening for you, lucky breaks. And some of you may be just desiring a change. You just feel it's time. It's time for a change. But ultimately, these changes will lead to you feeling more fulfilled and happier than ever before. Also, the Wheel of Fortune indicates you're in a cycle of better luck, okay? And success is yours for the taking. Let me just go one more. The Two of Cups. I mean, they gave me that energy just a moment ago, so it's almost like it's a little bit in delay, but it's like you'll meet the person of your dreams where you travel somewhere different than usual, okay? So, but the Two of Cups doesn't always mean love. You can apply that to a career situation where you find a contract, a binding contract, a proposal to work together. Some of you may be setting up like a partnership in business, or it could be just doing something that you love, something that you've been yearning for, your heart has been yearning for quite some time. Because the Two of Cups can be like the law of attraction. You know, your heart is desiring something, it's vibing at a frequency of attraction, and it's drawing it towards you magnetically. So I definitely see that something that you love doing or you have been yearning for is showing up for you. Remember the Five of Cups. The universe delivers the Two Cups when you're least expecting it. And here's the Two of Cups. So for some of you, it's going to be a relationship. Some of you, it's a contract with a company that you absolutely yearn to work with. For some of you, it is about finding a home that feels like home. For some of you, it is about positive relationships and, you know, working together in a family unit or in a team. So it can also be that you're attracting abundance at this time. And some of you may literally be like getting married this month. So congratulations if that's you as well. So you may be getting ready to travel to a wedding. And I'm getting about 30% energy of my beautiful Aquarians. Some of you are getting married this month, but the rest of you, some of you may have an invitation to a wedding or some sort of celebration or feast, and there is a potential there for love if you're looking. And if you're not, I get a sense there's a potential for opportunity, either in business or sparking up a friendship with someone who is going to be long-term in your life. I feel like you're destined to take some sort of trip this month. It could be a quick trip somewhere, but I definitely get a sense that you're destined to meet someone who could be a mentor or someone who will help in some way. Some of you are trying to apply your situation or your skills to teaching, and you may, decide to put up a course online or teach a course. And with the Hierophant energy, if you're working hard on your true life's mission or your true life's purpose, I feel people are noticing you and appreciating what you bring to the table in that area of your life. The Judgment card also indicates that you do have to self-evaluate this month. I feel some of you are having like a second wind. You're rebirthing your energy, a renewal of faith, and also a renewal of freedom, okay, is what I see here. The Judgment card really is about your inner calling. Okay, listening to your hunches, listening to your intuition. And some of you are literally very critical of yourself right now. You're judging your path or you're judging your knowledge in some way. And this is a call to have more compassion for yourself as well. Now, the Judgment card, I feel like you are listening to your inner calling. If you have a hunch in some area of your life, I feel like you are listening to it and you're taking action based on that hunch. Remember, your intuition, it will never lead you astray. Just like your heart, following your heart is also important. Now, the Chariot card, some of you are literally traveling this month, or you're thinking about relocating, but I definitely get this energy of needing change or desiring change, because you may have felt a little bit stagnant in your world right now. And I feel like you're moving away from any struggles or obstacles. And with the Chariot card, this is a card of being ambitious. It's committing yourself to your goals, your dreams, accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do, and having the energy, the willpower, and the discipline to make things happen, okay? So I feel like your dedication, you're making progress. Success is assured when you get this card. It does indicate some of you have hit some bumps in the road along the way, but you're still on track. And some of you may have, as I said, a major decision to make this month, especially since we have the Judgment card, which is about, self-evaluation, and then you've got the Chariot card, which is about having to make a decision, whether you take a right or a left in your life. That's your call. You have to tap into your inner knowing to know which path is right for you. Now, we do have the Emperor. Some of you are desiring to launch a business. You could be doing that from the home space, or you're setting up an entrepreneurship in some way. And some of you are elevating the career ladder into a very high position of status with more responsibility and more finances. And it may make you feel a little bit worried, okay? And if you do have Capricorn placements, there may be something in that reading for you. But if not, it may be that you're being influenced by, the Capricorn energy that is influencing us all this month. It can indicate that some of you are being stricter with your budget financially. You're getting really organized, and I feel like you are going to be super productive and very focused on your tasks and responsibilities. You may even feel like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders at the end of the month. And with the Chariot card, it could be that you're moving and you just feel like all the boxes are feeling like frustrating. It's like never ending. Or some of you may even totally boss up and buy a car this month. And I feel like that you will love this car, and it will serve you very well. Let's put it that way. The Emperor energy is really about getting advice as well. So some of you may seek advice, especially since you have the Hierophant there as well. Some of you may find a mentor, or you may find someone who gives you a piece of secret knowledge or information, like, the inner circle that helps you on your path. So it could be a really great piece of advice that propels you forward, is what I see there. Ultimately, I feel you're more in control this month than you have been for a while. And I feel like you're rediscovering what you like about life. Okay, you're reconnecting to things that you love doing, whether that's reading a book, taking a bath, whether it's going to see an art gallery or taking an art class. I definitely get an energy here that you are reconnecting to something that you used to love doing when you were younger, that gave you more peace of mind, because I see you managing your stress levels, especially with the Four of Swords there. Okay, Four of Swords is to get clarity. It is to withdraw, to either meditate, rest, or recoup your energy. And it can also indicate that your mind is going to be super sharp this month, especially since you've got a Queen of Swords there as well. So you're going to be completely on it mentally as well. I see here some of you, if you are in a career sector, you may have an appraisal round about this time. You're doing a really good job, okay? I feel like there is a person who is very cold in your current circumstances, very austere. They're very direct, and they may come across sometimes as detached or rude. But this person, they actually have a mind to elevate you in the career sector. And I see that this position, there's going to be a pause between you taking it and moving into it. So you may be offered the role this month or some sort of promotion this month, but you won't take it until either the end of the month or November, okay? It may even be something next year that is in the works, but it may come after a disappointment, okay? So maybe that they're telling you that you will have this role like now or in November, and then it gets delayed and it's in the early part of next year. So just watch out for that. That's coming through there as well. Four of Swords is also, if you've gone through a procedure, it's really important to, or some sort of surgery, it's really important to heal, okay? Don't feel like you have to rush back in, and don't feel that sense of responsibility on your shoulders. Be honest with yourself. The world can be won another day. It's most important that you look after your health, okay? Because without your health, what is there? Okay. So big underlining statement there for that one. Now, also with the Four of Swords, it indicates that you are protected during difficult circumstances. So if you're seeing any restructures or strange occurrences going on, I definitely get a sense here that you are protected during this time. I'm just seeing that there's someone in spirit with you, and again, maybe all of you are going to get that message for the hole in the bucket, because I feel like that is one of the signs or symbols that you will see over the next coming weeks. I mean, that rhyme that has popped up in a reading maybe in 2020. I don't like anything that sort of comes back from 2020 readings, because we know what happened that year, but it did show up round about then, that, you know, hole in the bucket rhyme. I think it's a children's rhyme that's coming out there. So yeah, I'm going to step away from that arena, but we all don't want to repeat a cycle there. So we do have the Queen of Swords, and this is about turning the back to the past, which is a nice segue away from 2020. But the Queen of Swords is really about being organized. It's about being self-sufficient. It's about, you know, setting healthy boundaries, especially if you're someone who works too hard or is too critical on yourself. It's really important to recognize, to have compassion with yourself and give yourself a break. You're doing such a good job, but sometimes the only person who doesn't notice that you're doing a good job is you. And I feel this is a month where you're stepping up and owning it and recognizing, actually, you've had a lot on your plate and you're dealing with it really well. I mean, I do see a lot of success coming in for you, and I do see that you have to be organized in order to manage it, because I definitely get a sense here that there's going to be a lot happening, especially at the end of the month for you. The Queen of Swords is also a card of being super honest with yourself and, you know, having a strategy, having a plan. I mean, it's almost like some of you are really soul searching this month, and of course you want to bring more fun, more spontaneity into your world, but I definitely see at the end of the month you're getting more organized and super focused and very serious about your path. So I definitely see it's like back to business at the end of the month there for you, when most signs are actually, you know, thinking about partying for Halloween and Samhain, whatever you want to call it. And I definitely see that there may be an invitation to go out there and enjoy yourself and follow your bliss. But I see that you're also being super serious about something. And I'm just going to pull one more card for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful, the Four of Cups is like some of you are feeling really fed up, but the universe is trying to give you a new opportunity to see that there is a better way or an alternative that will make you feel even more fulfilled. And again, the Four of Cups is like, everything that went before, it's just not the thing you're searching for. And the universe comes in the month of October and says, how about this? And as you can see there, we've got that turbulent cloud, which is like, through difficulty, there is reward. And I don't like giving that message, because not all rewards are hard won. Sometimes, you know, the universe conspires to make it easy for us. But I definitely see that things have not been easy for you. And I see that things are going to be more simplified for you. And I feel that whatever is being offered to you, and it is a surprise, whatever is being offered to you will make you feel more fulfilled, more joyful. But ultimately, I feel the soul-searching aspect that you're going to experience this month is happiness comes from within. And you are in a very powerful position to make sure that no one outside yourself, including circumstances, has the power to derail you or change your energy unless you allow it. So I definitely get a sense here that you're asking those bigger questions and, you know, really connecting on a very philosophical level about life in general. I'm just going to get some final cards before I close your reading. I just want you to be aware, if you're in a career, I see a promotion, okay? And if you're not in a career, whether you're in a career or not, actually, I see a lot of you maturing spiritually this month. There's a major transformation going on where you feel more clear about your direction, where you actually are really honest with yourself and cut out some things that have been wasting your time, whether that's people, situations, or even like thoughts, because thoughts are so important. They become things, but also they have the power to invade our peace of mind. They can, you know, they can actually derail them ourselves. We can be our worst enemy sometimes. And we've got White Stag Protector. So perfect time to protect everything that you worked really hard for. But remember, I gave this energy, the Four of Swords. You are protected in all your endeavors. Even when some crazy stuff happens, I definitely see that you're being guided and protected. It says you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you to where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You're meant to create blessings with your magic. Okay, so I definitely see it's a positive month. I mean, you're starting with magic, you're ending with magic. So I definitely do see that there are some wonderful experiences, almost like miracles that pop out of the blue where you're like, wow, that I didn't think that was possible. But here it is. And they're actually giving me the word gift in the water. So some of you may receive a gift from somebody. And I know it's not your birthday month, so I don't feel like it's a gift. Not even a belated birthday. I feel like it's like it could be a free gift, could be something like a free coffee, or maybe if you purchase something, it comes with a free gift, but you didn't know it came with a free gift. So, or it could be that you just are given a gift by a family member who's just saying, you know what, you're awesome, and I really appreciate that you're in my life. So I'm just going to leave that like that. Also, what I'm getting before I close your reading is you are an old soul, and that's why sometimes not much impresses you. Sometimes it's hard because, you know, you feel like been there, done that, can see what's happening behind the scenes. Just know. I just know. And when you just know, it tends to feel a little bit deflating. Okay, but I definitely see that this month is going to exceed your expectations and there's going to be a lot to smile about. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. We have the mermaid. So the mermaid is someone who is deeply connected to emotions, turning the back on the past. As you can see, that mermaid on both sides, she's turning her back to the past. And I feel anything that you are not magnetized towards or doesn't excite you or doesn't make you feel good, you're definitely letting that go. Also, they're giving me an energy with this trinket that I never really get. And it's, what are you attracting at this time? What are your thoughts? Because that's what you're attracting. Thoughts become things. So I feel like you are noticing your thoughts this month and how words are spellings out to the universe. Remember, we spell words. They are spellings out to the universe. What are you attracting today? What are you attracting tomorrow? What are you attracting before you fall asleep? What are the thoughts? Because the more you think about something, the more you're attracting that sort of energy. So watching and being mindful is important this month. Also, we have the arrow. Okay, so this is the warrior spirit, sacrificing a lot of your energy. It takes a lot of courage to do whatever it is that you're doing. You will get justice. You are going to reach your target. You're going to hit your mark. Okay, I definitely see that you're on the up from here. So I'll leave it there. I hope something. Okay, thanks so much. I'm sure grateful. They just said look up. Look up. Now I'm looking up, and no, all I can see is the ceiling right now. So maybe you need to look up for something. Look up. I mean, some of you may see a message in the clouds. I mean, Look Up, I know, is a film, okay? And we all know what that's about. If you haven't seen it, then, of course, look it up. It can be about the world. But it could also be, like, if you take the arc of that film, because I'm really trying to dissect this energy that they're giving me, it could be that something is so glaringly obvious, but it's being ignored. So that's the energy that I'm getting from that film right now. I mean, I do remember seeing it, but I can't remember everything that is connected to that film. But they're just giving me a look up before I leave. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. I hope something does resonate. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you, as I said. And all you have to do is push a little bell that lets you know when I update the next message. And it also lets me know that you're interested and resonating with these readings, which is actually very, very important for me too. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians. Also, you may notice that I've got a new screen. Okay, that was an investment I made to have a professional soundproof screen because I'd done a little DIY one before and it wasn't quite cutting out the full noise and I was being distracted. So this is a new one and it's beautiful. I mean, the colors are incredible. So I'm glad I made that investment. So I'll leave it there. If you're wondering, I'm in different circumstances. Nope, same room, same place, just a different screen. So thank you so much and love and light.